Hello friends, this is Koushik, your German language trainer, and in this session, let us learn about separable verbs. And I welcome you all to KoolSchool. So this word Trennbare Verben means separable verbs. Trennbare Verben. So this is for plural case, and singular case will be Trennbares verb. Trennbares for singular form. That means separable verb. So since this verb is singular, this Trennbare becomes Trennbares in singular, and for plural it is Trennbare. Trennbares verb means separable verb. Trennbare verben means separable verbs. So here is a list of various separable verbs that we come across in German language, and I have explained that with examples. So the first separable verb is einladen. Einladen means to invite. So ein is the prefix here. So ein is the prefix, and you only have to conjugate this word laden that follows this prefix. So you have to conjugate only laden and put this prefix at the end of a sentence. So at the second place, this verb laden should be there, and you have to conjugate that according to the subject and put this prefix in the end. So let us understand this through this example. As I said, einladen is to invite. Suppose somebody is inviting friends for a party. It can be like this: Ben und Maria laden die Freunde zur Party ein. That means Ben and Maria inviting friends to the party, or invite friends to the party. So Ben and Maria, the third person plural, right? So laden. So you only have to conjugate this second word laden. So accordingly, you conjugated this for the third person. So laden die Freunde, the friends, zur Party, to the party, ein. So this prefix ein goes in the end. Okay. So that is the specialty of this splittable verb. It's a separable verb or splittable verb called as Trennbare Verben. So I hope this is clear. So let us go to the next example. That is anfangen. Anfangen means to begin. To begin something will be anfangen. An is the prefix here. An is the prefix, and you have to conjugate fangen according to the subject. So here is the example. Suppose to say the party begins on Saturday at 8 p.m. That will be like this: die Party fängt. So the fangen, third person singular, is fängt because the party is third person singular, right? So die Party fängt am Samstag or am Sonntag. That means on Sunday 20 Uhr. That is at 8 p.m. an. The prefix an goes in the end. You don't conjugate that prefix, you only conjugate the second verb. So die Party fängt am Sonntag 20 Uhr an. So let us look at the third separable verb we have. That is mitbringen. That means to bring along. To bring along is mitbringen. Mit is the prefix, and bringen is the verb that you conjugate. So to say my friends bring along the drinks. So the friends who come to the party, they bring along the drinks. That will be meine Freunde, that is my friends, and it is third person plural. So it is bringen. Accordingly, you have to conjugate the verb bringen. So meine Freunde bringen Getränke mit. Bring drinks along. So that mit goes in the end. The separable verb mit goes in the end. So here is a separable verb, separable prefix, and here also another prefix. The verb that you conjugate are here in the second position. And next separable verb is abholen. Abholen is to pick up, to pick something up, or to pick someone up, will be abholen. And here is the example for that. Holt Florian 10 Uhr ab. That means he picks up Florian is a name. He picks up Florian at 10 o'clock. So that Hjolen, you have to conjugate accordingly. Third person singular is er. So Hjolt, it will be Hjolt for Holen. Hjolt is the verb that you conjugate, and this ab is the prefix. Ab is the prefix that you put it in the end. Er Hjolt, Florian, zijn or ab. And the next example is mitkommen is to come along. Mitbringen is to bring along. Mitkommen is to come along. An example for that is many friends come along on Sunday. Will be viele Freunde, it is many friends, and it is third person plural. So common. You know the verb conjugation of common, right? So third person plural will be common. So viele Freunde, common. Am Sonntag mit. Mit is the prefix. So you put it in the end when you frame a sentence. So common is the verb that you conjugate, and the prefix mit you keep it in the end. And the last separable verb we have is einsammeln. There may be some more separable verbs. Here I have taken these 6 separable verbs to explain this separable verb case. So einsammeln is to collect, and the prefix here is ein. Prefix is ein, and sammeln is to collect. So that is the verb that you have to conjugate. Here is an example. They collect money. To say they collect money is sie sammeln Geld ein. They collect money. It can be they, it can also be you with respect. That is also sie. So that they is smallest they, but when you begin that subject, when you begin a sentence with that subject they, then you put S capital. So according to the context, you should understand whether you are mentioning they or you. So when you write, it is the same sentence for both the cases. Sie sammeln Geld ein. Sammeln is the verb to conjugate according to the subject, and ein is the prefix. Here I have a few more examples. This is separable verbs with modal verbs. Modal verbs I have introduced in my earlier session. So let us see how to grammatically use them in a sentence. So here is an example with modal verb and separable verb. So Maria muss ihre Kinder abholen. That means Maria, a name of a person. Maria must pick up her friends or her kids. Maria must pick up her kids. So you have to conjugate this modal verb müssen. Müssen is the verb that means is a modal verb that means must. So accordingly you have to conjugate according to the subject. Maria muss ihre Kinder, her kids, abholen is to pick up. She has to pick up her kids. So Maria muss ihre Kinder abholen. So this splittable verb, the whole splittable verb you put it in the end, not just the prefix. The whole verb you have to put it in the end when you use modal verb in the second position. So here you don't conjugate the modal verb. Irrespective of the subject, you put the whole modal verb in the end. You don't conjugate. You don't conjugate separable verb. Irrespective of the subject, you keep the separable verb in the end. You don't conjugate it. You only have to conjugate the modal verb. Next example is with a W question, that is wann. Wann means when. To ask when do you want to begin? Suppose a party or something. When do you want to begin? Will be wann willst du anfangen? Wann willst du anfangen? Here willst means want. Wollen is the infinitive form of this verb. That wollen means to want. That we came across in my modal verb session. So the subject is do. So here subject you can keep it in third position when you begin a question with a W word. So wann willst du anfangen? Anfangen is to begin. It is a separable verb. You put the whole separable verb in the end because you are using a modal verb in the second position, and you are conjugating only a modal verb and not the separable verb. And another example with modal verb and separable verb. But here I have started the question with the modal verb. That also you can do. So here you can start a question with modal verb. So const means can. Infinitive form of this verb is current. That means to can. Can. So here you conjugated this according to the subject do. So for do it is const, right? As we came across in my earlier session. So first position, it takes the first position because this is an yes or no question. Const do means that is me. Bit means please. Can you please call me? Can you please call me? So to call means unrufen. Unrufen means to call. It is a separable verb. The whole separable verb I am keeping it in mind because I am using a modal verb in the beginning. So I only have to conjugate modal verb and keep the separable verb in the end. So I hope this is clear with all the separable verbs. Here various separable verbs with examples. The placement of this verb and the prefix. And also I have explained that with several modal verbs in 3 different cases. One is a general case, like usage of modal verb in the second position and separable verb in the end. And here starting a question with W word, that is W question, that is for example one here. And here I started a question with a modal verb in the beginning, that is a server question. So thank you so much guys for following. If you have any doubts, please comment down below. See you in my next session. Cheers.